This technique is called shaving cream tie-dye printing, and today we're going to use it to make some greeting cards.
Hi everybody, we're going to bring you the first video in our series of kids crafting, and I am Misty, and this is...
I'm Fiona. Hi.
She's my daughter, she's 12, and we're going to work on a project today. I taught a kids card making class for 4 years. We homeschool, and I actually taught it at our homeschool organization, which is a pretty cool place. It's kind of like college for kids where families and kids can pick and choose their classes that they want to take. So I taught arts and crafts card making there.
It was really fun.
Yeah, and so today we're going to bring you one of the most popular activities that we did, and this is all based around things that you can find at your grocery store, except for maybe perhaps cardstock. So do you want to tell us about cardstock versus other paper?
Cardstock is a much thicker, heavier paper, and this is what you usually use for cards.
Yeah.
So when you use it for cards, you cut it in half. So this is it in half, and then this is it in half again. So this is
quarters. There you go.
This is a quarter of the paper.
Yeah. So you don't want to use regular printer paper for this because it's just too lightweight and
it
flimsy.
will get soggy.
And this process involves wetness, so it will get soggy.
So like printer paper is much thinner and
Alright, so other than the cardstock, things that you will definitely be able to find at the grocery store are...
shaving cream. It's really easy to find. Food dyes. We found a cool neon pack, and then we have a normal one. Mm-hmm. We're missing the yellow and red from this one because I use this a lot for making slime. Then we have this is parchment paper. This one you just found this. You just unfold it. It's a little bit different. You just unfold it, then it's a normal sheet. Yeah, and toothpicks.
And then a couple of other things you'll need from the household are a pencil, a popsicle stick. You don't have to have a popsicle stick. Anything that's kind of smooth and flat and stiff. You could even use a couple sheets of...
You could use your fingers if you want.
You could use your fingers. A couple sheets of cardstock or a sheet folded in half. It's something that we're going to use to scrape. So something like that to scrape. A towel for cleaning up because this is a messy project.
Yeah.
And a bowl for catching our mess because, again, messy project. So let's get started.
Yes.
So I'm going to start by getting a quarter of a sheet of cardstock and tracing around, roughly around the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect, just so you know where to put the shaving cream. And then so I'm going to set that off to the side, and then I'm going to get my shaving cream and squirt a little bit on, right. That's probably about enough shaving cream. So then I'm going to spread it out and make it smooth with a popsicle stick. Then I'm going to wipe this off and put this in my bowl. Wipe my fingers. Okay. And then I'm going to choose some colors that I like. So I'm going to put just a couple drops of each color around. I'm going to put some blue, some pink, and I'm just going to get a toothpick and swirl it around a bit. If you swirl it too much, then it will just become a different color. So you have to make sure you don't swirl it too much. Try to get up to all the edges. And then, fun part, so I'm gonna get a piece of paper and just put it on and press it down. Gonna lift it up. Then I'm going to get the popsicle stick and scrape off all of that shaving cream, and then you're left with super pretty swirl on the paper. So now I have a ton of shaving cream on my popsicle stick, and I'm just gonna scrape it off on the edge. And you can just like wipe it off with a towel or something, and then you can use this again.
And you can also scrape it off the paper, put it in the bowl, and reuse your parchment paper a couple of times.
Yeah, you can...
But this is usually what happens. It gets fun to play with.
Super soft.
That's good. And after Fiona had a turn, I took a turn and worked on this heart shape. I just made my drips into the shape that I wanted in the end. And as you can see in the next picture, after I swirled it, it became a lovely heart shape, and then I just took my print off of that. So in order to finish the project, one thing we didn't talk about was that you'll need a glue stick. And we took the card front, that quarter sheet of paper, and we wiped it off with a paper towel to get all of the excess shaving cream off. And then we let it dry completely. And we did use a hairdryer to help speed up that process so that we could bring you these finished cards today. And then we just glued that front piece onto our card base that we cut from that piece of paper earlier. And then your card is ready to go, and you can write a message in there and mail it off to someone you care about. Here are some examples of what you can come up with when you do this technique to make projects. And this right here was the one that Fiona did for you on screen. And when she was done with those colors, they blended together to give you more of a marbly effect. I then used fresh shaving cream and yellow and pink food coloring to make this lovely love card. And then when we were done with those colors, Fiona used them to blend and get this lovely salmon color, which of course inspired a fish. And in the past, when I've taught this class, we've done more tie-dye with some stamped sentiments. And then we've used the tie-dye technique to do holiday themes. So I hope that you will give this technique a try at home. So you may enjoy this project, but beware, fingers will become colorful.